We got a Subaru in today. Got a box of parts for it, couple control arms, couple stabilizer links, and I think maybe some tie rod ends. These are all customer supplied parts, so we're just doing an install today. So let's get this wheel ripped off and gain some access to these parts we're going to replace. These Subaru wheels are nice and light. So stabilizer bar links, there's one way to go about it, which is just try and pull it off, and this one's just spinning faster than hell. So that method immediately does not work. Now what's happening is the entire ball is spinning inside the joint itself. So what you can do is get some vice grips behind it, try and get it to where you can lock it down and not be spinning, and there you go. The other one, I don't have thin enough vice grips to fit in that little tiny gap, so I ended up having to use the Allen key that's in the end of the sway bar link to keep it locked. And then here we go with a Milwaukee for once that doesn't break a bolt loose on this rusty piece of junk. I swear by Milwaukee on just about everything opposed to every other brand. But sometimes when you're just working with a vehicle that's straight off the sandbar, then, well, you got to go back to hand tools and lots of leverage. So here we go, work this bolt out, and just look how nasty this thing looks. I'm surprised it came out and didn't break. Now let's try and get this ball joint out of this knuckle here. This is a pickle fork I'm basically using as a wedge. This method ends up not working as well. I'm sure there'll be a few of you seasoned mechanics to say, no, don't do that! Because that flathead could crack that knuckle if you push it too far. But I just barely put enough tension on it to try and split that thing open just a tiny little bit to be able to get some wiggle room in there. Then I use another chisel as basically a wedge as well, and then end up getting it free here. Now I'm sure somebody makes a tool for this. I couldn't even tell you what it'd be called or anything of that sort, but I'll tell you that I make 16 cents an hour. So that probably won't be in my budget. So here we go with the frontmost mount of the lower control arm. You just undo it like that, slide it out of the way. And then what's going on? Oh, my lunch showed up. My beautiful wife with my lunch. After a little grub-a-dub-dub, we're going to work on the backside bolts of the lower control arm. This side's just a stud. So once you get all three of these bracket bolts off, pull this bracket off, it just slides right down. This one's a lot easier than the bushing one where it's got to fit in between that bracket, and then the ball joint side is annoying as well. But that bushing looks a little bit shot. It's not too terrible. Little 3/4 crack there on that one, but not too bad. I feel like another year of this being together without being pulled apart would have turned it into one giant rust ball. So let's give her some taps, couple tappy taps over here, and this lower control arm just slides right in. It's definitely a lot easier going in than it is coming out. Now before you put that bolt on there, like I've done before, make sure to put that bracket up. And then do start all of them by hand first and make sure they're threaded in, because once you get the impact on them, I've caused some mayhem before with those threads. So we're going to suck these things up with the Milwaukee Talkie and give them a nice torque. And beep, torqued, beep, torque, beep. Nice and torculated. Don't forget, needle nose pliers can also identify as a pick or wedge or whatever you choose. Makes it so you can line that bolt up through there and then slide it right through nice and easy without fighting it. I had to lean on that with Thor's force to break loose that jam nut, but we got it done. Take out your cotter pin, loosen your castle nut, and then hit the shit out of the spindle with a hammer. Once you do, that ball will drop, there it goes, and then it'll come out nice and easy. That way you're not hammering on the threads or anything. Now this thing is wedged, so I work it back and forth a little bit. Now this is where the magic happens. Count. You need to count the threads. Leave the jam nut against the tie rod end or count the threads. That's the best way to do it to get an alignment done without having to actually have an alignment machine. See how we're half a thread off? It's damn close. So put it back together. And yes, I understand this footage is flipped. Some idiot filmed this upside down and I had to flip it around. But, oh well, at least it's still usable. Now I'm going to crank down the jam nut, not super tight because I'm going to go back and do a little bit of a tape measure alignment on it. But yeah, clean your bolts up before you put them back in there or else it's going to just get worse and worse and worse. Now look how nice and pretty with the tie rod end, and then we got the stabilizer bar link looking beautiful. Now we're going to do the other side, but I'm not going to film it. Well, I did film it, but I'm not going to put it in here because it's just a rinse and repeat of the same side. It's literally the exact same thing, just to the other side. So, nothing spectacular there. So like always, I do appreciate you guys watching, liking, comment, subscribing, sharing to all your buddies, because you know it's the best video you've seen since sliced bread. I do appreciate you guys, all jokes aside. Thank you for everything, and stay tuned for more, and we'll keep the videos coming. I'm going to get some different videos in here to change some things up. Hopefully you guys enjoy that.